Warning, this documentary contains explicit language. For good reason. Viewer discretion is advised.
This is absolutely insane.
Oh, a snake, snake.
There's a snake?
That is a jaguar trap.
I can't imagine any human being ever being able to get through here.
Can't catch a break out here. Is that all you got?
Help.
Do you think it was maybe shot down?
Those are the cocaine barrels.
Craziest adventure of my life.
On this channel, we've got lost in the Congo. We've chased baboons with hunter-gatherers and got shot at while camping in Satan's castle.
They're firing shots at me.
But finding Pablo Escobar's abandoned cocaine drug plane in Mexico has been the most intense adventure yet on Fearless and Far. You'll soon see why. But first, let's hear the legend. Pablo Escobar was a notorious Colombian drug lord and narco-terrorist who was the founder and leader of the Medellin cartel. He is often referred to as the King of Cocaine and was one of the wealthiest criminals in history. His cartel controlled a significant portion of the cocaine trafficked into the USA in the 1980s and 1990s. Due to the massive scale of his cocaine trafficking operations, Escobar used many different methods to smuggle drugs into the United States, including airplanes, speedboats, and submarines. In 1978, a cargo plane loaded with a large shipment of cocaine crashed in the Yucatan Peninsula near the town of Celestún. We found this plane during a search on Google Maps. It's stuck deep in the mangroves, a nearly impassable maze of mud and mosquitoes. What's left of the plane? Is there still anything inside? These are the questions we're trying to answer. And that's where we're headed right now. The plan is to take off early from the port in Celestún, travel an hour by boat to the drop-off point in the mangroves. From there, it's a day's hike to our first camp, and then sleep, get fresh water from a spring, and then push to Camp 2 the following morning. From there, we're close, not sure what the landscape will be like when we arrive. We'll assess, then continue our push to the plane. We get an early start to beat the Yucatan heat.
Great.
It's full of Crocs, eh?
Completely full of Crocs. Yeah, you can see the eyes glowing.
They're hiding.
Great, well I'm happy our guide is loving it. About 3 a.m. here in the mangroves, and the adventure is just beginning.
We disembark in the middle of nowhere. We learn very quickly that this place is a maze.
Ready?
Kind of.
Kind of. I share the sentiment. Every adventure starts with a step. And this step is going to be a muddy one. Oh yeah. Feel that between the toes.
Oh, snake, snake.
Is there a snake?
Snake there.
We literally just started the fire.
There. In the water.
Great, well we're in the water. So like I said, we knew this adventure was going to be intense. But right now we're trying to hop over logs barefoot with clouds of mosquitoes. We don't know what kind of snake that was.
Patatillo, I think.
We got 3 days of this, and we've just started. Christ. Dude, giant spiders, snakes, stinging ants. The shit we do for adventure, Arturo.
I know, man.
This way?
Straight.
Right through there?
Kind of.
Kind of.
Over here. Look here. Here.
it smells like death though. Oh. Oh. Waist deep. Oh. It smells like eggs. Ah, not the kind of eggs I like this early in the morning.
It's spooky as hell in these mangroves, especially knowing the creatures that live here. Then, something terrible happens.
I've been slogging through this shit for hours now. Oh fuck, my bag opened up. Oh Christ. Bro, how bad is it? Everything's out, yeah? My camera gear? No, right?
Almost.
These mangroves, look, it's all like a net of just spikes and hooks. Unzipped my backpack zipper and dumped all of my clothes, my dry, nice clothes, into the swamp. Is everything wet?
Could be worse.
Could be worse.
Yeah.
Could be better?
Also?
Also.
Let's be honest here.
Oh, I was gonna say the mangroves have kind of chilled out a little bit until they opened my backpack and dumped all my shit into the water. All right, so what got wet? Everything?
The 2 bags that fell, but your camera gear is intact.
Well, at least we can
nice.
document
Yeah.
my slow death.
As we try to save my ruined supplies, let me introduce you to the adventure team. Arturo, a top guide in Mexico, always concocting amazing adventures. He's a good friend. And Jose, a local hunter in Celestún, one of only 2 people who know the way to the plain. He discovered the location while climbing a tree and hunting. He grew up in the mangroves. There's no better guide to have out here. However, he keeps strangely running ahead and leaving us for mysterious reasons. You'll soon find out why.
Well, it's getting brighter. So's my mood. In the beginning it was red mangrove. Thick roots and very tall trees, hundreds of years old. And now we're in the dwarf mangrove section, which is much more tightly knit roots. Basically, impassable if it wasn't for this trail. But much shorter. So part of the reason we're doing this so early is because when the sun comes out here in the Yucatan summer, it is a furnace. Everything shuts down, including the human body. Listen, the crazy thing is, I've done a lot of hikes, guys. And in my head, I'm like, there's not even a mountain to climb. Oh, something moved. It's flat. Well, kind of flat, I guess, but I'd pick a mountain climb at this point. It is exhausting. Your feet slipping into holes, through roots, falling back and forth. In places like this, you really have to watch out because it might look easy, but guaranteed it's very deep in the middle. I've gone up to my waist a couple times. Ah, shit. Oh. How's morale? You might be asking. Medium. Help. We exit the first section of flooded mangrove, and our path turns to mud. Not ideal, but at least there's less mosquitoes. It's getting hotter. Also, the landscape has changed. I'm not sure if I like it more or less. Easier to walk in, it's basically just clay beds. Though your foot kind of punches through the slippery layer of clay on top when you step on this shit. But all in all, it means we're getting closer. And I like the sound of that. Also, I like the feeling of clay between my toes. Squish, squish. Found something pretty cool. bit difficult to see, but that is a jaguar track. You can see the toe prints there, and the pad, not so fresh. But there was a giant cat that came through here not too long ago. Another hour, another problem. There is a noise in the forest. It's not from something big, it's from a million things that are really small. There's a whole army of ants taking up the path. I saw a rather large spider go in there, got ripped to shreds in just a minute. Less than a minute. I'm gonna get fucking stung to pieces. Look at this. Ah, also the mosquitoes are back. And they're the ones with the white striped legs, which are the ones that carry dengue fever. Fuck, man. I'm not sure which one's more dangerous, the big animals or the small animals. Do we run through? They sting, yeah?
Yeah, it's really painful. Okay, I have an idea.
There's no fucking other way around. Alright. We do have small little water shoes in case it got too sharp in the mangroves. But hey, they're not waterproof. They're ant-proof. You think?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't.
Maybe not for very long, man, but let's say yes for crossing through.
I think they might.
Enough for crossing through.
Well, we're still gonna get stung.
Yeah.
But at least
not as
maybe
bad.
50 times, not 100.
Yeah.
Ant-proof shoes. Ant-proof shoes. All right, we're gonna do it like a fire walk, right? Momentum, don't stop. Son of a bitch, they're everywhere. Oh, we're not out yet. Oh my God, dude, my water bottle fell. Oh, fuck. No, they're like knives. Ah. Oh, fall. Ah, they're all over your pants, man. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Jesus, it doesn't end. It's not so bad. The thing about ants, though, is that you don't catch them all. They crawl up your pants, get in your shirt, crawl in the back of your neck, and they get you again. We were hoping that these dry mangroves would be easier. Nope. Much sharper and also more overgrown, you know, but we're having fun. Mostly. Helps take the aggression out with machete. Been hiking for well, 5 hours now. It's getting tough. Every step you make, you slip in the mud, you go down to your knee, or you get jabbed in the side or the ribs because of one of these sharp mangroves. And we're carrying like, I don't know, 50 pounds on our back, 40 pounds maybe. And there's not really any spot to rest because there's no solid ground. There's sticks, and then there's water or mud. That, and even if you wanted to take a break, if you could, the mosquitoes catch up to you real quick. And there's a lot of them, so you have to keep a constant forward momentum. So you can't really rest. All in all, it's quite exhausting. I haven't really done anything like this before. I respect it. I respect it. It's a slow, very slow hike, but we'll get there. Arturo, some YouTubers just sit in their room and make makeup tutorials.
Yeah,
dye their hair different colors. Talk about eyeliner.
When people see this, a lot of times they think it's staged.
5 hours hiking. And then we get in our helicopter. We go to the closest Sheraton 5-star resort, all inclusive. Have some margaritas. And then come back tomorrow, you know?
Yeah.
That's what we do.
It's really a pain in the ass, to be honest, and like it's like this for miles, you know, like we have been walking how long? So this is not the real fake, this is actually the real thing.
Oh, I could use a margarita right now.
Yeah.
But I got something special planned. The first trees.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
We're maybe getting closer to the Petén.
Our first camp is at a place called the Petén, which is a ecosystem that's specific to Yucatan. It's not really a word to translate it because it doesn't exist outside of here really. And what it is it's called an island surrounded by like flooded forest. So we're in the flooded forest now, mostly mangroves, and then there is a mound with quite large old growth trees. Generally at these places too, there's some sort of cenote or ojo de agua, like a water spring that these big trees can get their fresh water from. And there at least we'll have some dry ground and a bit of relief from this unrelenting push through these mangroves. But that tree right there behind us, these two, very good first sign. We're close. José, estamos en el Petén.
Ya estamos entrando, ahí están las primeras matitas de zapote.
Yeah,
Dos tipos de zapote ahí.
all rare trees. So how these things work basically, Petén, is that these giant trees drop a lot of foliage, right? Like this. Whoop. And then that eventually creates a mound of earth. And then that is our safe haven for the night. Yeah, at least now we can rest. What a day. It's only day one. I'm always on the lookout for high protein snacks. So I boil eggs before trips. And sometimes they get a bit smushed, that's fine. But this is the bag of 12 boiled eggs that got smushed but also fell into the mangrove water when my bag opened up. Because normally, again, smashed eggs aren't a problem. It's more the
water from the
ingesting the mangrove water that's a problem that got soaked inside of them.
You don't want to get diarrhea at this point.
No,
We're just starting. You know?
Or just start. That would only make it worse. Oh my God.
With the campfire lit and the sun still high in the sky, it gives us a temporary break from the mosquitoes. So we finally get to relax.
Welcome to base camp. This is where we're staying tonight and then on the way back as well, because tomorrow morning we push for the plane. It's cozy. We had a nice little nap for about a couple hours. We're gonna go for a dip next to cool off. The cenote is that way. Heard there's a crocodile in there. Well, let's see if we can find it. But first I want to show you this. There's two of these massive trees, and on the side there's this zigzag scar. Any idea what that tree is? You know chiclets, the chewing gum, right? It's actually a chicle tree. Chewing gum comes from the Yucatan Peninsula, and there was a chiclero, a man who cut troughs into the side of that tree to harvest the sap to make chewing gum. These days doesn't happen so often, but that white sap, you can boil it down into chewing gum. So we can add chewing gum to the list of things that's from Mexico. Chewing gum, vanilla, tomatoes, chocolate, avocado, all Mexican. Do you know that?
Jose leads us to the water source to fill up our bottles and hopefully go for a swim.
Right in the middle of our freshwater spring, you can see the crocodile already. Wow, the water's clear. There is a swarm of mosquitoes. Do we get down to our boxers and jump in and risk it? That water looks really nice. Clear blue. Paradise.
Completely transparent.
Yeah. Y los peces muerden.
Sí.
The fish are attacking.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro. All right, so we're gonna stay fully clothed, I guess. I had the mosquitoes pegged. Didn't think the fish were hungry too. Ah, they do bite.
Yeah, we told you.
Does anything not bite you here? Getting bit by fish and mosquitoes
At the same time.
yeah. But we're still gonna go for it. Ready? Oh, it smells like sulfur.
Really bad.
What are we doing? This adventure is insane. At least we get some sweet relief from mosquitoes. Oh, mosquitoes are biting, fish are biting. Though I'm happy the Crocs not biting.
I mean, at least.
At least,
At least, yeah.
something that's not
Something,
biting.
yeah.
Oh, sweet relief.
Besides this refreshing swim, part of the reason we're here is to refill our water. Because we drank a lot of it today, and it's the only source of fresh water. Is it fresh? Oh, we're gonna find out the hard way.
Thank God for this freshwater pool. It allows us to travel light and fill up our bottles along the way. And without it, we'd have to carry our water in and out. And that would be next to impossible.
Look, right there. Never in my life have I seen so many insects. We got some mosquito coils. Are those gonna work?
Well, we have to combine them with a double mosquito net.
Double mosquito net
Like-
with mosquito coils
Jose,
in the
look at him.
campfire.
Just-
Jose, ¿eres en su casa? ¿Hay moscas o mosquitos adentro? Nada.
Adentro no hay.
You look so cozy. And I'm so itchy. There we go. Oh, is that a wasp nest? Yep. Doesn't surprise me. Oh no, dude. I think fuck. I don't know if you saw on the camera, but that motherfucker stings you, and it's terrible. Should I try to crack one?
No.
No?
No. Just leave them alone.
All right, we'll just take a little chill pill then. Arturo was telling stories about those wasps, and so was Jose, that you got stung by one and you
Fainted.
fainted.
Yeah.
And Jose got stung by one and vomited.
Yeah. This is really bad.
Yeah,
Those are like worst kind.
big orange wasps. Living in luxury, man.
Yeah. We actually needed this time. It's not for Instagram pictures.
All right, we still have one final step left for our double shelter. All right, so you know that there's one mosquito net on top of the hammock itself, right? There it is. And that's good to keep mosquitoes out of the top, but there's more than just mosquitoes here to worry about. Namely, there's a bug called the kissing bug that can bite through the bottom, the nylon bottom of these hammocks. It's got a big sucking mouth and can punch right through and give you a disease called Chagas disease. They're like big beetles like this, bright red, no fun. So we've got to weigh down all of the corners here so that we don't get puncture wounds from the bottom when we're trying to sleep, you know? Just finally starting to rest, and there's a thunderstorm coming. The sky's gone dark.
Can't catch a break out here. Can we?
No, bro. Now we're just trying to set things up so we don't get soaked. Let me show you what I'm doing. All right, so these mosquito nets, we put these small trees through the sides, one here, did a lashing with some simple rope. This is just simple plastic basically. So what I'm doing is I'm taking sticks and I'm just wrapping them right in there like this and making a little ball. You can twist it up and then you can take a piece of string like so and you can tie it around that. So you basically make like a grommet that you'd have in a normal tarp. And then I'm gonna find 4 places to tie these. Yeah, something like that. We'll jam a stick in. Is that it? Just wind. Fuck. We're on the clock now, guys. Put a little notch in like this. Like that. And then we have something for the string to bite into. There, that'll slide right in there. Oh, I felt the first drops. Look at that. Nature provides. Oh, life's a struggle out here. There it comes. That's all right though. I got our shelter fixed in time. The full experience, bro. Every challenge. Let me help you, bro. I got you, there's 4 pieces here.
Is that all you got? Fuck. No relaxing allowed. Get a break, it starts to rain. At least the water's free. That's cleaner than the water hole for sure. Man, I'm still getting bit by mosquitoes. That's the best water we've had all trip. I probably drank 1.5 liters of water. Me too. My 1.5 liter bottle's full. This is gonna be full too. I'll say a good like 4 or 5 liters for tomorrow or something. Oh.
At least we don't have to swim with the crocodile to get water. Sulfuric water.
That is true.
Silver lining, bro.
Thankfully, the storm passes quickly, and we were able to save enough dry wood for a fire. That means dinner time.
Remember these? We had 12 eggs for the 4 days out here. And it's hard to waste food if we don't have very much. So we're gonna make them. They're full of swamp water. And swamp water's got all kinds of parasites and critters. So we're gonna actually cook them with sausage.
With longaniza from Valladolid. I have it vacuum sealed, now I open it. Pork meat mixed together with local spices.
And do you think they will make this taste good?
Let's see.
¿Por qué tienes un rifle?
Cuando venimos acá para la defensa por cualquier animal.
Jaguar.
Sí. Sí, porque no puedes venir desprevenido, tienes que tener algo.
But if something comes our way, we're ready. Dinner time. High protein, high fat. We burned a lottery ticket worth of calories today. So I am happy with our soggy egg with sausage, local sausage. Is that a habanero?
Yes.
Where'd you get that?
It's emergency. It's emergency.
Things are always spicy in Mexico.
With our stomachs full and plenty of water, night passes uncomfortably. Before we continue, if you're interested in traveling with me, you can.
What happened? We used to have rites of passage, and now I feel like we're all lost. It's exactly what this week is about.
I'd recommend this for people who are not daring to follow their passion.
It's just been wild. I've cried a lot, and I've laughed a lot, and I've done a lot of uncomfortable things.
This week has been kick-ass for me.
Fight Club. 3, 2, 1, fight. How are you ever going to stand up for yourself if you're afraid to fight back? We're here to find our path, to learn how to live a bold and adventurous life. And I promise you that after this week, you'll know exactly where to look. Fear is the path. That discomfort should be your friend, and fear is not your enemy.
Tribal Rights is an adventure retreat. If you're interested in getting unstuck and claiming the bold and adventurous life you deserve, check out the link below. Now, let's continue.
Had a rough night last night. Mosquitoes were biting my feet all night long. I didn't know what was happening for most of the night. My feet would wake up and they'd be on fire. It's 2 nights in a row barely sleeping. And the mosquitoes are biting through both screens, both mosquito nets like this. Persistent little fuckers. Alright, the deal is to pack up, walk for 3-4 hours, and then there's another den like this that's near the airplane. And we're going to hang out there until the sun gets a bit cooler. Because it's the plane's in a field. And it's aluminum, and it's a furnace once it's hot. So I gotta pack up, and we gotta walk. I am exhausted, though.
Day 2. Isn't the jungle wonderful? The sweet air of nature. Gentle jungle breezes and the sounds of monkeys. All I hear is sounds of mosquitoes. My feet have been wet for almost 36 hours. Hey, easy boys! What's the problem? Haven't seen people in a while? This tree is a significant one. Arturo, you know what you do.
So this is called a Chechen tree, and what is characteristic about this one is that it produces a resin. Here you cannot see it so well, but in the roots you can clearly see these dark spots. It's of a resin of a compound called urushiol, which is very irritating, and it can produce you 2nd or 3rd degree burns if it gets in your skin, and also like you get fever and you get all swollen in the face. Yeah. So you should avoid touching that. And especially for people that are skin sensitive, it can be really bad. I have one friend that almost lost one hand by having this resin on his hand.
Even the trees can bite you.
Very famous in the Yucatan, Chechen.
All right, you first into the maze. And don't touch the trees.
Look at this.
Mama's way.
I cannot.
Sucks you right in.
Like this time for real.
This is exhausting. The fact you have to work to push your foot through and then work to pull it back up. Vicious, man. Experiences over possessions, right? This is like what they say type 2 fun is. Maybe you heard of it. Type 2 fun is, in the moment, it's not fun at all. Ugh, stabbed. And then after, You're like, hey, that was all right. Wrong way, right? It's not here?
Our guide is gone again.
The level was too high there, so I think he just...
He went around?
Out here, we stand no chance without him.
I mean, you can see footprints, I think. Man, it's hard to tell.
Nope.
He didn't go this way?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
And he's definitely very far ahead of us.
Definitely.
Oh, I see a footstep here, unless it's yours.
It's mine.
Yeah. Also, the guy is so light, he doesn't really leave much for footsteps.
Yeah.
I sink all the way down to my knees. I mean, someone came through here at some point.
Will you take some steps?
Yeah. None that are really fresh, though. No, that must be it. Oh man, getting lost would be a very bad thing. Yeah, I'd bet on it though.
It looks like there is no other way.
Yeah. Oh, there's a fresh one here.
Yeah.
It's not very deep though. Maybe only like a ½ inch deep. We'll get there. We might have 3 more hours of this. It's nice to take a break when we can. There's no place to sit down, man.
Yeah.
Spring water. The water might look dirty. It's brown, right? But it's not as dirty as you think. Don't drink it, for God's sake. But what happens here is, in many places in the world, when many leaves fall into water, the water turns brown like the leaves. It turns into basically a leaf tea. There's tannins in these leaves that dye the water brown, so it's not as dirty as it actually looks. Also, side note about mangroves, we spoke how they're thick, but look at this shit. What other tree grows like this? How many branches are coming up from one spot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 branches from right there. It's basically a knotted net. It's quite an incredible thing, actually. I just, we're having a fight. They used to be one of my favorite ecosystems. Now they are my least favorite. You hear that? I hate you. Please be gentle. Oh my God. We still have a long ways to go.
We find out Jose most likely has dengue fever, also called breakbone fever, a horrible disease that can leave you incapacitated. He's been running up ahead to rest. What a legend.
But tonight, esta noche, es el avión, ¿sí?
Sí, sí. Ya no estamos muy lejos, ya estamos cerca.
Estamos cerca, we're
Sí.
close.
Sí, ya no estamos muy lejos ya.
Oh, that's good news. We've seen the red mangrove when we first arrived in, dwarf mangroves we've been walking through most of today and yesterday, and then in these petens we have white mangrove, ancient trees. Dry for a bit.
We arrive at our second camp and set up a hammock to wait.
It's the simple things, really, that make you happy. Here I am, sucking one melted chocolate bar out of a wrapper in my semi-bug-proof home, waiting for the sun to chill out enough for us to make the final push to the plane. Only about a ½ kilometer away, I think, from this peten. This is good though. Life of luxury. That's where I live. A melted old-ass chocolate bar would not be on the menu back in civilization. Now it's like God's nectar. Once you build your little castle, you finally take off all your clothes. It's not easy wearing all this bug protection in the sun, but it's necessary. Oh, the pants are coming off too, because they've been wet for 2 days. But inside your little silk palace here, you're safe. We're gonna relax and then hit it in the late afternoon. That's the plan. Well, the plan for now, Nap City. See you then. Got good news. Finally, this clearing has got to be the grasslands where the plane crash landed. Yeah. That means we're close. Big problem though. This is razor grass. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Fuck. Oh man. We're so fucking close, man. Just right when we thought we were here, it gets to be the most difficult. This grass is horrid. You might think I'm being dramatic with this razor grass thing, but let me show you a bit more. Oh my God, these mosquitoes are insane. So, one characteristic of grass is that it has silica on the edges. And this grass has a very serrated edge right here, glass silica edges. And I think we're gonna have to cut through about 50 meters of it in the final attempt to get to the plane. Oh, damn, can't stop moving. Can't stop moving. Let's go. It's been damn time. Let's find this fucking airplane. Sun is getting low. And guess where we're sleeping tonight? Perhaps the coolest place and also the most inaccessible place. You'll see in a sec. That's it! We found it! Arturo! Oh my God. So many bites and stings. Pablo Escobar's crashed cocaine drug plane. Craziest adventure of my life. That was a hard trek. The hardest I have ever done, actually. And here we are, the middle of nowhere, standing on top of this airplane. It kind of feels like a mountain peak, even though our rise in elevation was probably only about 5 meters. So happy we made it. And at the perfect time, too. Sun's just setting. Yeah! Douglas DC-3. Still in really good shape, though. It was stolen on the black market, I guess. Well, it was stolen, then sold on the black market. It's a World War II bomber or something like that. Looks like the pilot seat's still intact. That's amazing. We'll check that in a second. Look at this though. The pilot must have crash landed, right? And if you're crashing, you don't want to land in that. You've seen that. You want to land in the grass. Little did they know, the grass is probably not much better. Let's go in. Arturo's bag. You guys are just chilling. Oh shit, wow. Some damage from when it crashed, right?
Yeah.
It's basically empty.
Very long.
Right here, bullet holes. Incredible.
They went all the way through, look.
Do you think it was maybe shot down?
One side to the other, you see?
Yeah, I do see so many. I mean, you'd expect to maybe see seats in a plane like this, right? But no, it was for cargo. It would have been filled with cocaine at some point, other drugs maybe. Those are the cocaine barrels. And one of the wheels. All rusty now. Okay, it's not a bridge. There's even grass growing through the back. Barefoot, maybe not the best, but I've got my tetanus shot. Listen, my happy places require a tetanus shot. Diluter demand oxygen regulator. Hydro system accumulator. It's always like searching for clues in these abandoned places. Steering wheel. Pedals are locked. Window still works. And the switches. Compass light, electrical panel light, navigation systems. Wow, man. I love this stuff. Imagine what it would have been like though. Maybe they were shot down. Maybe there was some other problem. I mean, this is an old plane bought in the black market, right? It would have been pretty hellish, and then I think you would have been quite happy that you survived, if they survived, and then quite stressed knowing how to get out of these mangroves. This is 12 kilometers in, as you know, and there is this secret passage that our man Jose knows about, but I can't imagine any human being ever being able to get through here, especially one not used to this environment, doesn't know the dangers, the risks, ill-equipped, without mosquito repellent, without a machete, without any known direction where to go. It'd be hell on earth. You get chewed alive by all the biting insects, cut to pieces by the grats and the mangroves, and you'd be wrecked. You would die. I'm assuming what happened is they crashed. This plane looks in pretty good shape, that they didn't die and they tried to make it back and died in the forest. Or they got rescued in a helicopter perhaps, right? Yeah. By a cartel. Yeah. And there's no cargo on this now. The cargo mysteriously disappeared. No one knows where all the snow went, but it's not on the plane anymore. But the mysteries are unsolved. There was word that there was a rumor by the hunters that would come here that there was a plane. No one really knew the story. But there was only about a couple years behind us where someone actually found the way, made the way, carved the way through the impenetrable fortress of the mangroves. Well, see the guys in the back? They're laying down. It's a good spot to lay down because actually, this is our campsite. If you've been watching Fearless and Far for a while, you know I'm on the quest to find the world's most epic campsite. We've slept in castles, we've slept by waterfalls, we've slept everywhere, but not in an abandoned drug plane in the middle of the mangroves. We're gonna put it up, maybe top of the list if we survive the mosquitoes, but we have so far. Maybe there's narco ghosts. Fuck. Only time will tell. All right, well, I'm gonna put you on the tripod, so I have a reason that I brought the tripod this far, and we'll set up camp. Please turn on, please turn on. Ay, ay, ay. You good? Take two. Probably can't hear it on the camera. There's 1 million mosquitoes outside. Arturo thought he saw some hardwood next to the wing. So now we're slashing our way out of the window to try to get onto the wing. Yeah, all right. To get some firewood. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. Shit, man, look at that, yeah.
See the wing?
Yeah, so that the fuel goes in the wings of these, right?
Yeah.
So that's where the fuel would have been. Firewood accomplished. Home base accomplished. Moon in the sky. The best nightlife we need. Nightlife. Night light. There's no nightlife out here. Until we arrived. Now we're gonna make some. I got some surprises.
Nice.
Tequila, and a branded Fearless and Far flask.
Excellent.
Unavailable at this time. If you'd like one, please drop it in the comments. Thank you to my friend Ian for making these for my group tour. Bing. Here, have a sip.
Please.
And some little cigarillos. Nice. You know how we do it? Honestly, I wish this was just cold beer.
Cold man. That would be so great right now.
I felt emotional when I said that. There's a quote that I read that goes, "A man is like a bicycle. He has to have forward momentum or else he'll fall over." And I find that a lot in my own life, that if I don't have a goal, something to strive towards, an expedition, I start to wander. I start to feel a little bit overwhelmed or something. But having a dedicated purpose, just all of the bullshit just falls away. And before this, I was a bit stressed with getting videos done, and I got a TV show and a podcast and all these things, right? And we've all got life that always comes knocking. But coming out here and like no reception, and the goal is to hike to the plane. And every day gets harder than the other day before it, right? And your mind just empties. And especially here when every fucking route's trying to take you down and you have to pull every foot out of the mud, you have to focus on every single step. It's like a forced meditation, right?
Yeah. You cannot get distracted or you will get stabbed by something.
And then you come back home and you just appreciate everything so much more. And really, gratitude is the antidote to pretty much any poison in your life anyway. You can feel gratitude towards life, man, because we all, no matter how shitty your life is, everyone has something to be grateful for.
Yeah,
everyone. Especially us, right? Especially people watching this video, right?
So yeah, remember, gratitude is the best attitude.
I like that. That'll be my next tattoo. Cheers. Salud.
Salud.
Arriba, abajo, para adentro, para adentro.
So even you see even this wood here.
How'd you sleep? For me, it was not good in the beginning, and then great all the way until now, 7 a.m. And getting hot in here, man.
Yeah.
And the sun, you can tell, is like beating through the...
It's a furnace.
Starting to heat up quick. Mosquitoes hate sun. I love it. Let's pack up and get out of here. Oh shit, man. Oh, these cuts are getting infected for sure, though. Yeah. Yeah, we still got 2 more days of walking through mud. I'll have to sure to take care of those tonight. Oh, sweet Lord Jesus above. I hear a boat. Is it ours? Is it nuestro? Yes, it is. I think I lost 5 pounds. 2.5 of those pounds were sucked out of me by mosquitoes. If you're masochistic enough to want to come do this, contact my man Arturo. Or hell, if you want to come to Yucatan at all and do any kind of amazing adventure, Arturo's your guy. He's tagged in the description. I'm Mike Corey, host of the most adventurous channel on YouTube. Hope you had fun with this one. I'll catch you in the next adventure. Peace.